Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently working on getting our salamander— oh, I should probably swap scenes. That usually helps. We're working on getting our salamander back, and of course it is newly reinforced with ferrolamellar armor, so that is fantastic. We'll go ahead and tick forward here a little bit. This will result in all of our mechs being finished up, and we'll be able to deploy here pretty soon. Offering to sell us an SRM-4 for 72,000 C-bills? Why? We're not going to do that. No. No, thank you. We're never going to use an SRM-4, and I have much better use for that 74,000 C-bills. Okay, so we're going to tick on forward here. We're going to be finishing up our Salamander and our Corsair right now. Let's just make sure everything is good to go. Looks like it absolutely is, so that is wonderful. Actually, before we hop into the command center, which I kind of just did, we need to hop into the barracks, because we need to get some training done for Bullfrog and Kodiak, perhaps. Actually, neither of them need any training right now, but they will soon enough, I'm sure. Okay, so what do we got available here? I would still like to build up cash. This is a destroy base mission. Heavy resistance, huh? The max pay isn't great. We could run it straight down the middle. We've already covered our financial report for this month. It's an interesting option. I would rather do a destroy base in Badlands over Urban, for the reason that we can destroy the turrets more quickly in Badlands, just because we have better LOS usually. So that would be a preference for me. What else is available here? Let's see. Assassinate, attack and defend, battle, target acquisition, defend base. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be this Badlands destroy base mission. There's not going to be a free priority salvage here. So we're going to be running it straight down the middle. That's okay. We're not too concerned about payment right now. And these are indeed the mechs that we want to bring. It's only a 7.5 skull difficulty. We're not sure if we'll run into any long tom turrets, but that is in fact the goal here, so that we can put some more ammunition into our Corsair. That would be nice. We'll go ahead and deploy this, I think, as is. I want to make sure that our trainees are being deployed, and they are. So that is wonderful. Yes, the Fafnir is underweight. We'll go ahead and do this. Darius is probably wrong, but we'll see what they have. We know for a fact that they're going to have a garrison lance. We know for a fact that they're going to have 4 turrets. They may have a reinforcement lance, and they may have up to 3 support lances. So that could get spooky, for sure. We'll see how true that is. But let's see. Multiple medium lasers with proper heat management will be worth more than that single large laser that might not even hit. That's absolutely true, unless your mech is designed to fire at 800 meters. Just saying. I mean, I'm not even sure what the optimal range is on an ER large laser, but it's certainly higher than the range on a medium laser. No doubt about that. But, I mean, absolutely, medium lasers are more weight efficient, as well as more heat efficient than large lasers. There's no doubt about that. So the tooltip's kinda right, but it really depends on context. At any rate, we need to destroy the local government structures and escape. The local government manufacturing facility on Camlin is an illegal intrusion into our territory, and a cover for military personnel and units. Our efforts to resolve this through diplomatic channels have been rebuffed. So we're now turning to a military solution. The facility must be destroyed. We should expect heavy resistance. The Draconis Combine isn't saying what's in that facility, but whatever it is has them riled up.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Well, let's see what kind of heavy resistance we're looking at.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, yep, this is the base in question. We can immediately see the 4 turret emplacements, and I did see that it looks like they have a garrison over here. We should expect strong opposition.
Okay.
We don't immediately see any support lances, but that doesn't mean that they're not there. We could advance this direction. That would give us pretty clear LOS, but we would also not have any cover whatsoever. Out over here, our LOS would be minimal, but we would have cover. Over this way, we'd have decent LOS, actually. We'd be able to dip out and break the LOS occasionally. So we could just spawn... I don't like that spawn location necessarily. We could just spawn somewhere like here. Now, if we roll poorly on our initiative, this could hurt. If those turrets get to fire at us before we really get to respawn. That's not really anything that's in our control. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so we immediately see an armored mobile HQ. I'm not too concerned about that. An Atlas, we see an Annihilator over here, and we see a Crusader. All four of these mechs are not particularly in position to deal with us. And I'm not seeing any support lances either. That doesn't mean that there's no reinforced lance, but it looks like there's no support lances. So that's very, very good. Now, we could move our Salamander up here, but I would rather have the Salamander come over this direction, where it can only fire on the turrets. And as far as the turrets go... Oh, that's a mobile Long Tom right there. Would we have LOS on that from this position? Oh, that's considered a small military building. Okay, never mind. That mobile Long Tom is actually a building. So I guess we don't have to worry about it. Well, we do see a sniper artillery emplacement, a sniper cannon, a sniper artillery, and an arrow 4. Okay, so we're going to move out over this direction. And we're, I think, going to open fire on this arrow 4 turret. Actually, which has the highest armor? The arrow 4 turret. Okay, we're going to fire AX rounds. I'm not going to bother warlording. And let's see what we get. Nice.
Target destroyed.
One turret down. Phase 15, phase 16. So we're going to be taking some fire from these turrets. There's no doubt about it. But it'll probably be okay to take a single round of fire from them, because we've definitely rolled pretty low on the initiative here. There's no doubt about that. The Annihilator moves up. We're not really expecting it to be able to do anything here. And yep, there's that first turret shot.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
I mean, without it being a heat increase, that's okay. That was fired by this sniper cannon turret.
I'm taking a pounding.
Next up is our Mauler, and the Mauler is going to step over, I think, this way.
On it.
Which of these turrets do we want to shoot at? This one hasn't yet fired, nor has this one. So what are the hit odds like? Slightly higher on the sniper artillery emplacement over here. So we'll go ahead and warlord that. And we definitely want to fire on this guy. I'm even going to fire the AA missile racks in hopes of one-shotting the sniper artillery emplacement.
Scored a critical hit.
We hit everything there, but we didn't really get much for crits. So they're hitting the Salamander there.
Watch my heat.
And that's actually not too bad. They dropped fire all the way out over here. I don't mind that. Our Annihilator will move up. And note that this sniper artillery turret is still the one that hasn't fired. So we're going to eliminate this turret. Honestly, we probably don't even need to fire the LRM-20 Zeus. The rest of this should be more than capable of eliminating this sniper artillery emplacement. And there we go. So, these two already fired.
Brought it down, Commander.
So there's nothing more they can do this round. This Atlas is going to close in up here. It's going to shoot at the Salamander. It makes the Salamander unsteady. This is unsurprising.
Receiving you.
And our Fafnir is going to close in over this way. Now, we can't hit this sniper artillery turret, or this one. We could actually only fire at the buildings. Okay, so these are the 4 buildings that we need to eliminate, or we need to eliminate 3 of those 4. We're going to go for this medium reinforced building for now.
Enemy structure is weakening.
Yeah, not by much, but it's weakening a little bit.
Good to go.
So our Boar's Head is going to step up over here.
Got it.
Here's the question. Do we start dropping artillery over here? Or do we drop the artillery on these turrets? I think we're going to go for the turrets here. It's not hugely efficient. But we need to chip those turrets down. I do not want them firing again. So the longbow is going to... I would actually like it to step back. Do we have ace pilot on this guy? Let's see. I don't think so. That would be in passive abilities. Yeah, no ace pilot. This isn't a great position for the longbow to be in. I also don't want to go into the fire. But I guess we'll position here and vigilance it. But I don't like that position. So we could go for the sniper cannon turret. We could also go for the sniper artillery emplacement. And the hit odds are actually best on the sniper artillery emplacement here. We'll go ahead and Warlord. And this will likely destroy this artillery emplacement.
Locking in all weapons.
There we go.
Brought it down, Commander.
Excellent.
Yes, Commander.
Next up is our Bull Shark, which is going to position up over here.
Move order confirmed.
And we're going to drop artillery on this sniper cannon turret. We can also hit it with our UACs. There's a possibility, I think, that we kill it here, but I think it's a very long shot.
Confirmed.
Not that long of a shot, actually. We just didn't get the crits we needed.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay, sounds good. So now our Madcat Mark II is going to move up here.
On my way.
We're going to finish off this sniper cannon turret. I suspect we don't need to fire our enhanced LRM-15s. Yeah, we shouldn't need to. I'm going to just fire the HA-20s. That said, maybe split the difference like this, just in terms of ammo conservation. The Madcat Mark II tends to run out of ammo. Okay. Turrets are gone. No more need to worry about turrets. So next round, they move their armored mobile HQ. And they move it out of LOS. That's an interesting call. The longbow is braced, so I'm actually going to reserve it for later to see if we can use that brace this round. Phase 19 is going to be, I think, this Crusader? Yeah. He goes for the Salamander. The Salamander rolled up phase 16 for the initiative. That's actually pretty late for the Salamander.
Commander.
The longbow again. Okay, we're going to continue to reserve that. The Atlas moves up, fires on that Salamander. Oof. That structure exposure is rough. They took out the patchwork materials. That's really rude. Like, incredibly rude. Okay, well, we're going to move up with our Annihilator here. And we're going to look to strip armor off of this Atlas. We will Warlord. And we're going to hit this Atlas pretty hard.
Engaging target.
Good clustering in that CT there. I like it.
Confirm.
The Salamander is going to step up over this way. We'd like to protect our right-hand side. So we're going to turn like so. We're going to Vigilance the Salamander as well. And we're going to hit this Atlas with AX rounds. And this is going to do a lot of damage to him. No doubt about that.
Here we go.
Actually, that just straight up kills him. Okay, that's not bad.
Too hot.
We failed to shut down override. That's a little rough. That wasn't that big of an overheat, but okay, sure. Their Annihilator moves up, and it does manage to hit the Salamander there. Oh. Well, that sucked.
Oh,
Okay, Chronic Toast ejected. That's actually the right call there. I like it. That's very, very good. That ejection was absolutely necessary. He got absolutely wrecked by this Annihilator. Okay, we're going to move up. That was mostly just bad luck from the overheat, but we'll fire on this Annihilator. It's not the end of the world by any means. Okay, we got some good damage on that Annihilator. Next up is going to be our Mauler, which will have to move through the fire here if we want to get LOS on anything useful. So we're going to move up to here.
Double time.
It's not a great position, but it's okay. And we're going to hit this Annihilator fairly hard here. This overheat is not great, but we'll accept it.
Target quiet.
I was hoping that the HGR would hit, but no such luck.
Watch my heat levels.
Okay. The Fafnir, we're going to want the Fafnir up over this way.
Roger, full speed.
And we're going to Warlord. I was hoping that the Salamander would be a little more resistant with the Ferrolamellar, but honestly it was because it was shut down, and this Annihilator got the perfect side flank there. I was hoping he wouldn't be able to make it quite that far forward, I'll be honest. But that's my own fault.
Firing all weapons.
Not amazing shots with the UAC there, but that is a knockdown on that Annihilator. Which that Annihilator doesn't have much armor left.
My heat sinks can't vent fast
Our Bull
enough.
Shark
I'm
is
taking
going to
damage.
turn over this way, and I mean, the Annihilator is the most centrally located here. Would we be better off firing this in direct fire mode? We actually kind of would. There is a backstop as well.
Affirmative.
And that is one dead Annihilator. Okay, cool.
That's a kill. My mech
Next
is
up
overheating.
is going to be our Boar's Head, which will move up over this way.
Affirmative.
And we're going to look to strip armor off of this Crusader, probably. Well, which one has higher armor, actually? Definitely the Crusader. Okay, so we'll go for that. We'll not fire the LRM-20.
Right, Commander.
Okay, no knockdown there. Sounds good.
Commander.
The Madcat Mark II is going to sprint over this direction,
I copy.
and we don't have anything that we can really shoot at this moment, so we're just going to hit this medium reinforced building.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Okay,
shot, Commander.
one down.
Enemy structure down.
Excellent. So the next round is going to be what? We lost a Clan LRM-20. We can replace that, though. I think we lost a few other things with the Salamander, but because it was an ejection, that means that it's not going to be that bad to replace. Some of those double MRM rounds, so that could be challenging. But yeah, that Annihilator got the perfect flank, and we had shut down not that big of an overheat. It's unfortunate, but it'll be fine. The Crusader moves up and goes for the Mauler. It's fine.
Reporting minimal damage.
Okay.
Good to go.
So the Mauler can step up over this direction.
Affirmative.
And we're going to have to be careful about heat. We're not going to fire our HGR. We're not going to fire this large laser either.
No.
Okay, we missed everything. That's not hugely shocking. Our hit odds were just quite bad there. I'm guessing that had to do with a bad sensor roll, but I didn't actually check, so I'm not entirely sure why that was. The Annihilator moves up, and it also has some pretty bad odds. Well, for evasive, I guess, on the mobile HQ is part of it. And into forest. And ECM shielded. Okay.
Affirmative.
I didn't realize that this armored mobile HQ was ECM shielding, but fair enough. Yeah, I guess that is an ECM shield right there. I just didn't even notice it. The Bull Shark is going to continue to hit the Crusader. Heat is a concern here for sure. But what if we were to fire just the Long Tom? Just the Long Tom is fine.
Firing on target.
And we got knocked down. That's unsurprising. It's actually a little surprising it hasn't happened
Commander, I'm
until
hit.
now, for a while anyway. Our Fafnir is going to move up here, and our UAC-20s are jammed, so we'll just pot shot this. Get a little bit of damage into that armored mobile HQ.
Waiting for orders.
And the Boar's Head is going to continue to drop artillery on the Crusader. Slight overheat here, but it should be
Tell me
fine.
what to shoot.
Okay, that's a knockdown on the Crusader. Excellent.
Getting pretty hot in here, Commander.
Where's our longbow at? Here's our longbow. So we're pretty overheated on the longbow. Just wondering what these hit odds are. They're not awful. However, this heat is pretty awful. Why are we this overheated? Okay, I'm just gonna brace. I guess it's just because of Badlands, because we're not in the fire and we haven't been with the longbow. So, yeah, that's interesting. We're going to move up with the Madcat Mark II. We are going to be ECM jammed, of course. And we're going to fire on this Armored Mobile HQ, whose armor is getting fairly weak. We're going to strip it down a bit. Okay.
Hit him hard.
Phase 20. That'll be the Armored Mobile HQ right now. And let's see what it does here. It'll probably move through the fire, which will cause it some burn damage. Well, it's stinking. Yep, burn damage there. Fires on the Madcat Mark II. That's not amazingly relevant. The Crusader gets up. Once again, we're rolling very low on the initiative here. Okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Crusader moves forward, fires on the Madcat Mark II. Gets a pretty sizable chunk of damage in there.
I'm under heavy fire.
But it's also super dead, so that's fine.
Orders.
The Annihilator is going to step... Actually, it's going to stay exactly where it's at, isn't it? Let's see. Armored Mobile HQ is... Actually, both of these have good hit odds. We're going to not fire our ER medium lasers.
Roger that.
And that is one dead HQ. Excellent.
Hostile eliminated.
And the Crusader is not going to last much longer. So the longbow is just going to fire on the Crusader here. Do we fire ELRM? Actually, enhanced LRMs are better, but we can fire everything. Our heat is fine now. So we're just going to go ahead and fire that. And there we go. So yeah, I mean, the Annihilator, like, the chain of events that led up to the situation with the... Wow, I'm forgetting the name. The Salamander. That's what it is.
Heading out.
The chain of events that led up to that, I could have played it better in hindsight, but I didn't think that the Annihilator would be able to get far enough forward to get LOS over here. That was the downfall there. I also didn't think that we would shut down. If we hadn't have shut down there, we probably also would have not ejected. So, I mean, all things considered, it could have been played better, certainly, but I think it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we're going to need to eliminate a couple of buildings here, and that won't take very long at all. So the Fafnir will step on forward here. We're going to see if we can finish off this medium military building, but out of range of the UACs means that we can't. That's fine.
Good to go.
Our Boar's Head is going to step up over here, and I think we're just going to hit this with a bit of artillery here. It's fine.
Firing on target.
I'd like to get some splash damage up over here.
Target destroyed.
Okay,
My
so
heat getting pretty high.
281 points of damage. That's not too bad. The Madcat Mark II will step up.
Aye, aye.
We just get sensor trace? What? No, I don't think so.
Roger.
Get your lance to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
So we actually have to go to the LZ.
Aye, aye.
Oh, look at this. Spawning right behind us. Don't get flanked, huh? Well, kinda hard when they spawn directly behind us like that. We're gonna position here, and we can actually drop a long tom right on this charger, and that's something that I'm very interested in doing. We're going to Warlord to boost our odds. Okay, so we got some good damage in there. And we rolled okay on the initiative this time. Good. We move before they do for virtually everything here. So we can get turned around at the very least. Let's see. It looks like this catapult will be the one to go for. Let's go ahead and Warlord. We're going to fire on this guy with cluster rounds for sure.
Target locked.
We got a head hit in there.
AC-10 ammo gone.
Well, that type of it anyway. The Fafnir is going to... Oh, we can't make it past here. That's unfortunate. I was hopeful that we would be able to, but we can't. So the question is, can we get away with firing our UACs? That's questionable with the longbow right there. I think we're going to have to just fire as is.
Confirmed.
Okay.
Commander.
So the Mauler can turn around. Checking these hit odds. They are not great, but we're going to fire on this catapult. We may stray shot elsewhere. We did not. We just straight up missed.
Failed to connect.
Okay.
Commander?
Next up would be the Boar's Head, which I would like to step back
On my
over
way.
this way. And unfortunately, the Boar's Head is overheating. So we're going to have to drop one of these, probably the sniper artillery, and just launch an arrow 4 at these guys.
Roger that.
It's a solid arrow 4 hit there. We have barely any instability built up on that catapult. That's slightly surprising, but it's okay, I guess. The longbow is going to turn around and head a little bit backwards here. And we're just going to lob ELRMs, or enhanced LRMs, rather. Okay.
Commander?
And now, surprisingly, our bull shark gets to move again. So that's actually amazing. We are very happy about this. We're going to drop another long tom on this charger.
Copy that.
Now we get knocked down on the bull shark. And they're going to get to move pretty soon here.
Damn it, I won't.
So, like, instantly. That knockdown is unfortunate, but we got a lot of damage down. Now, we haven't gotten to move the Madcat Mark II yet, but everything else we have. Their archer moves up. They're certainly going to focus the bull shark. Like, that was obviously going to happen.
Reporting heavy damage.
Okay. Who do they move next? That'll be this catapult. Then this is an alicorn and a charger. Okay. I'm actually surprised they missed that PPC.
Losing armor.
Wait, what? The catapult just panicked and ejected. Oh, okay.
Standing by.
Well, that's one way to do things. So we can get into position over here to attack their archer.
Location
We would
confirmed.
also be able to fire indirect at this charger. I think we're better off hitting the archer here. So that's the structure exposure on the archer.
I'm out of LRM.
The charger and the alicorn haven't moved yet, and they're going to continue focusing the bull shark. The bull shark's armor is getting low. The charger moves up, fires on the Mad Cat. That's surprising to me.
Not much armor left in
I really would have expected them to hit the bull shark there. Well, the alicorn moves now, and we'll see what it does. Positions up over here and does not fire. Very questionable.
Standing by.
The Annihilator is going to close in here a little bit.
On the move.
And I think we go for the kill on this charger. Something like this. We'll not fire the Zeus, but everything else should be good to go.
Target confirmed.
A little unfortunate with where we hit that.
Scored a critical hit.
Wasn't exactly what we were looking for. But the longbow can definitely turn here. And we're going to fire on this archer. This is probably a kill on the archer.
Confirmed. Fire.
Well, it's a lot of damage to the archer anyway. Like, that's a whole lot of damage.
Ready.
The Mauler could technically get in range to melee the charger, but I think we're going to position up here instead. And that alicorn is running 3 Gauss Rifle Blackwells. I think we're going to eliminate the archer here. Wow, of all the places to hit. But oh well, we got the ejection there. Okay. So the Boar's Head is, at this point, I think the Boar's Head is absolutely going to continue armor stripping the alicorn. The alicorn is actually still pretty dangerous to us.
Firing on target.
So decent armor damage there.
Good to go.
The Fafnir can close in and finish the job here. The Fafnir is our best in-close fighter. So this charger is definitely going to go away here. Excellent.
Target eliminated.
Aye, aye.
And next, we're going to stand up our bull shark.
Okay. Back in action.
And we're going to fire a long tom out at the alicorn. Now, this may knock us down again. We'll see. It got us a structure exposure. Okay,
Ready for orders.
so we're going to move up with our Magcat Mark
I
II.
copy.
And we're just going to lob LRMs here. These don't have the best hit odds, but we do have a structure exposure, but it's in the rear arc. But we are hitting side here, so there's a possibility. Okay, no kill there. We'll see what he does. This is a bit dangerous. Let's see what he does with those 3 Gauss rifles. Come on, buddy. Make your choice. Okay, he goes for the bull shark. Ow. Oh. That sucks.
I'm gonna need a medic.
Specifically because he destroyed 3 tons of long tom ammo there. That is so wait. He destroyed the same long tom ammo twice? No. I think he destroyed... I'm not sure. We'll have to look at that. But we're already very low on long tom ammo.
Confirmed.
Any way we slice it, that's very unfortunate. So we'll get him out of here. I mean, they spawned directly behind us, which is very rude. But that's fine.
Mission successful.
So, I mean, we're going to have to do some pretty extensive repairs to our bull shark and our salamander. That's all something that we can handle. But that long tom ammo, that can't be replaced easily. We're going to have to go after more long tom ammo, that's for sure. I saw 3 long tom ammo destructions pop up. I'm not sure how many are actually destroyed. It looks like it was actually 2. So we've still got 2 tons of long tom ammo for the bull shark. So that's 10 shots. That's not that bad. Okay. So that should be fairly doable, but we are going to need to get those repairs done in the next episode. Let's go ahead and see if there's any long tom ammo that we can actually get here. Sometimes we can salvage our own parts, but it's probably not going to happen here because they were destroyed. Okay, yeah, that's not a thing. What about the Clan LRM-20? Or... ooh, the Heat Exchanger ++. We get that. I think that was lost off of the Salamander. We're going to grab that. And there's also a heat bank there. That might not be a bad choice. But I want to check to see if there's a solid FCS in here. And not really. Okay. I think we're going to grab the heat bank. We'll call that good. We get an HMG. We get a light PPC. I don't think we need either of those. A Clan LRM-15. We'll keep that around just in case. A rotary AC-5 that we don't need. Generic armor. Arrow 4 ammo. We actually don't have any of that. We can keep that around. Deadfire LRM ammo and sniper artillery ammo. We have 3 of those, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, sounds good. That definitely was more damage than I was hoping for, but overall, it was okay. I mean, that Annihilator really did some work. There's no doubt about it. As far as losing the long tom ammo, that is highly unfortunate. But honestly, there wasn't really a huge way that we could prevent that. We were just a little bit unlucky with initiative. It's not a big deal. Like, we knew when the knockdown happened on the second shot of the bull shark after the reinforcement spawned, we knew that they were going to focus the bull shark hard, and it was a risk. There wasn't a lot that we could do about it at that point, and it just was what it was. It didn't end up being as bad as it could have been. So these repairs are probably over 1 million C-bills? That doesn't sound right. Well, maybe it does, actually. We lost quite a few sections on the Salamander. So go ahead and get started on that, Yang, but we're actually going to go into the mech bay and we're going to cancel the repairs on the bull shark and the Salamander. But those are going to be repairs that we're going to do in the next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. I should probably cancel the other one before I forget. There we go. Fantastic.